What's going on YouTube? Ryan and Alex back from Dopamon again. Today we're going to talk about the news that popped off today. USA Hockey has announced their preliminary roster for the 2022 World Junior Hockey Championships. And this is it on your screen. This is Dolly's defensemen forwards. We're going to talk about all of them, what we think about who's going to make the team, who our potential locks on the team are going to be, and just kind of go through all the players and give our opinions on what's happening. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, really helps us out. And yeah, you get some more dope content coming your way. And so, start
Yeah,
off.
of course, we're also going to leave the link in the description below so you guys can check it out. Of course, the staff has also been named. But
Yep.
yeah, take us away.
Yeah, and also I think Canada is going to be announced tomorrow. So we will be doing Canada
Yes, stay
probably on
tuned.
this channel. So stay tuned for that. And whatever World Junior content comes out in the next little bit. To start, goaltenders. I think so. The four goalies that were named were Drew Commesso, Kaidan Mbereko, Luke Pavicich, and Dylan Silverstein. I think it's Comesso's net.
Commesso, yeah, he is probably the lock for not only just being on the roster, but being the starting goaltender.
Yeah, he plays currently at Boston University. Not having great numbers season, but this is their goalie, I think.
Hmm.
Obviously, last year they had Spencer Knight playing very well in Florida this year. They won't have Spencer Knight this year. I think he's too old actually, but
Yeah, 2019 draft pick.
and you said that you think the backup will be this guy, Dylan Silverstein.
Yeah, Silverstein. I feel like of all three of the goaltenders are draft eligible. For 2022, and I feel like he's going to be the best of them. He looks, he's got the best stats. He's been noted on a few scouting agencies as being a top 100 kind of goaltender. Big, so I have a good feeling about him being the backup. That's just by name.
Yeah, and the other guys, I was leaning more to this guy, Kaidan Mbereko.
Hmm.
Smaller goaltender, 5'11". Hasn't played a whole lot this year. Plays for Lincoln Stars of USHL. This man, Luke Pavicich, is the fourth goalie. I think they'll only take 3 to the tournament. Last year
Hmm.
they took
Hmm.
3, but I think the rule is they have to take 25
Yes.
players. So like any combination, they could take 4 goalies, but it takes away one of their defensemen. So I don't think
Hmm.
they're.
Yeah, I think Pavicich he's the most likely to be dropped. Though it could be anybody, depending on who's hottest. That's, for goaltenders, you want to go with who's hot at the time.
Yeah, and moving on, defensemen. There's 10 defensemen named: Sean Behrens, Brock Faber, Luke Hughes, Wyatt Kaiser, Connor Kelley, Tyler Kleven, Ian Moore, Scott Morrow, Jake Sanderson, Jacob Truscott.
Of course, two of these guys are Ottawa Senators, Jake Sanderson and Tyler Kleven. I especially Jake Sanderson. I think he's an absolute lock for this team. He might be like the number one D on the team, and he's looked amazing with the University of North Dakota. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, and Tyler Kleven is a meme between Alex and I because he's the player that Ottawa traded up in the draft for and gave Toronto the opportunity to draft Roni Hirvonen and Topi Niemen. So I will never
Both of
not
which I'm a
remind
huge fan of.
not remind him
I
of
love
that.
both of them. Yeah. Rough.
Brock Faber, Jake Sanderson, and Tyler Kleven all played on the team last year. That's what these asterisks mean by the player names. So
And they're probably locks.
they're probably locks, and they weren't minor players last year. They were all very big players. I think Jake Sanderson had one of the best tournaments, not necessarily offensively, but a very, very good tournament from him. Here's Tyler Kleven, 6'4" defenseman playing University of North Dakota. Only got in 2 games last year in the U20s. The U20s is the World Juniors down here.
Hmm.
Jake Sanderson.
Of
Like I
course,
said,
they're line mates, Sanderson and Kleven in University of North Dakota, so they have a
yep,
little bit, could be a defensive structure that they might both fit into. I could see them definitely both making it, again from last year.
yep. Brock Faber is the other guy played last year. Right hand shot, University of Minnesota this year. Had 5 assists in 7 games. And Luke Hughes is the other, I think, lock one of the top picks in last year's draft was fourth overall to the New Jersey Devils.
United with his brother.
Yep, united with his brother in New Jersey, and yeah, he's 15 points in 16 games at the University of Michigan. He'll be on the team. Those will be the four guys, 3 down the left side, 1 down the right. And Brock Faber's the only right-handed shot here, so the rest of these guys will probably be the ones that are pushing for a spot. I think then who's the next closest guy to a lock? Sean Behrens?
Sean Behrens. Yeah, we both agree. We both really like Sean Behrens. He's got good offensive skills. He's having an all right season. He's scoring a bunch. So I have a good feeling that he's going to be one of the guys to make it.
Yeah, Sean Behrens. I'm a big fan of Alex is less so. I'm a big fan of Scott Morrow. I think hopefully he'll make the team. He was a second round pick, 40th overall of the Carolina Hurricanes last year. I think I took him in my mock draft in the first round.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
like 25th or something.
yeah,
You had him late in the first.
yeah, he was
I have him on my do not draft.
yeah,
Other reasons, go check that out.
yeah, but he has 11 points, 4 goals, 7 assists, 12 games
Mhm.
for University of Massachusetts. This
I
year,
have a good feeling too about him. I have a good feeling. Even if I'm not too sold on his game, I feel like he's going to crack this roster. He's got good offensive skill that's really going to work in this tournament.
yeah, he's a good skater too, and yeah, they need lack of right-handed shots, top right-handed shots,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
could be a guy that gets in there just solely on where he plays. Other guys, Connor Kelley, he's a right-handed shot as well. 6'1" defenseman, plays for Minnesota Duluth. He's got 4 assists in 11 games. Other guy who you thought could be, could be seriously considered is Jacob Truscott. His 5th-round pick, 2020, 144th overall by Vancouver. University of Michigan defenseman. Everyone's playing for the University of Michigan. That team is
Mhm,
insane.
mhm.
8 points in 16 games. And we talked about Connor Kelley, right? Connor Kelley, Ian Moore is the last guy. Ian Moore is the
Did we
last
talk
guy.
about? Yeah, we did. These are the other right-handed shot. Of course, we did. Ian Moore. Yeah.
Yeah, Ian Moore, 3rd-round pick, 2020, 67th overall to the Anaheim Ducks prospect. Playing for Harvard University, actually. 3 assists, 9 games. Could be a guy. All these guys obviously have,
Did we
huge.
talk about Wyatt Kaiser?
Did I talk about Wyatt Kaiser? Maybe we didn't.
Did we miss him?
Yeah, we might have missed
We,
him. third round, 81st overall of Chicago is the last guy, Wyatt Kaiser. University of Minnesota Duluth. Yeah, 6 points in 12 games for them. All these guys are good defensemen, and they'll probably take. Last year they took 8 defensemen to the
yeah,
World
no,
Juniors.
9 defensemen. But Canada took 8. The U.S. took 9. I feel like maybe they're going to take 8 though this year, even if they took 9 last year.
Right. Yeah, this is only going to be a couple cuts
Hmm.
to the Americans roster. Lastly,
Personally, I see Wyatt Kaiser and Ian Moore being the two that might be cut. They're not having the best of seasons compared to the other guys. The other guys look like some of them could be top NHL talents. So if they're gonna go with 8D, I feel like those are the two that they're gonna drop.
yeah, for sure. We're starting with the U.S. here in our
Mhm.
World Junior videos because they won gold last year. So this is a good program and they have a lot of good players on it.
Mhm.
Our forwards, there were 17 forwards invited to camp. Matty Beniers, Berard, Thomas Bordeleau, Logan Cooley, who is a 2022 draft eligible forward. He'll go in the first round. Matt Coronato, Tanner Dickinson, Dominic James, Mackie Knies, Chaz Lucas, Carter Mazur, Declan McDonald, Sasha Pastujov, Dylan Pedersen, Mackie Samoskevich, Redmond Savage, one of the best names in the draft last year, Landon Slaggert, and Ty Smilanic. Yeah.
It was one of the best names of the previous draft.
Yeah, one of the best names in 2020. Guys who are returning: Matthew Beniers, Brent Berard, and Landon Slaggert. Those guys will probably make the team again. Matthew Beniers was obviously the 2nd overall pick, first ever pick in Seattle Kraken franchise history. He'll be on the team. I have no doubt he'll be their best forward. Slaggert played very well for them as well. So let's quickly we'll look at Matty. Matty Beniers having a good year. Also, University of Michigan, 19 points, 16 games. He's their guy. He'll be the Trevor Zegras of this year, right?
Yes, absolutely. Who is having a fantastic year for himself now.
And he was playing well as the underager last year. He played 3 points
Mhm.
in 7 games for the US and played in the World Championship as well. So he'll be good to go.
Mhm.
Brent Berard is another guy coming back, left winger, smaller left winger. Plays for Providence College in the NCAA. Had 5 points in 7 games last season in World Juniors, and is 21 points in 17 games now. And where's the last guy that is returning? Slaggert.
Landon Slaggert.
3rd round pick, 79th overall by Chicago, 2020. University of Notre Dame, 8 points, 13 games. Other guys that could be locks here, Alex. Who do you have?
I love Thomas Bordeleau. How about you?
Thomas Bordeleau is a good pick. I think Sasha Pastujov is also a guy who is more than likely going to be a lock for this team. It's having an absolutely incredible season.
hmm
Um,
I really like Matthew Coronato. I had him pretty high in my personal rankings. One of the best USHL scorers outside of the US development program. I think Matt Coronato could be he might be. I think he's going to be a solid a lock. I like Chaz Lucius too. One of the best names out of the last draft.
yep. America's got a lot of great names.
hmm
Coronado playing for Harvard, Bordeleau playing for University of Michigan, Pastujov playing for Guelph Storm of the OHL, actually.
We've
He's
had a chance to watch him live.
Yeah, we had a chance to watch him live. I wasn't super impressed with his overall game. He's a very
No.
one-dimensional scorer for what we saw live, but he is
But hey, you know what? You can make that work at a tournament, you know?
yeah,
hmm
absolutely ripping it up in the OHL for sure.
Yes. I also like Logan Cooley. He might be the top American in the 2022 draft.
Yeah, you see all the rankings here. The Elite Prospects gives us 8th by their consolidated rankings. Bob McKenzie has him ranked 6th. Could be a top 10 pick, serious top 10 pick. He's playing for the US at ND 28 games. Could be the only regular player that is draft eligible to make this team because there wasn't
Mhm.
any on defense, and it'll just be their backups that are draft eligible. Drew
I
Commesso will
believe
be.
Dominic James is undrafted, but he went undrafted twice. He was a 2019 draft pick.
Yeah, he's a
So
2002 born actually. Yeah, so
I feel like he might be one of the guys who were cut from the roster, of course, that by this a few forwards have to be cut. I
yeah,
feel like
we
he
aren't
may be one of
gonna. I don't want to go over everybody on Elite Prospects, so we'll just go through a couple more guys for Leafs fans out there. Matthew Knies having a great season.
them.
I saw someone on Twitter describe him as if you mashed Zach Hyman's work ethic and Austin Matthews' shot into the same player, you get Matthew Knies. So that's kind of nice if that's the case. If that's the case, 15 points in 16 games in the state of Minnesota. Um, Another guy I want to point out here is Mackie Samoskevich. I'm a huge fan of this player. From last year's draft, he was 24th overall, went to the Panthers. Yeah, he's an
hmm
incredible player. His
Yeah, he was
hands
very
are so
underrated
nice.
going into the draft. You had him very highly rated, and you were right. You were absolutely right.
Yeah, incredible hands. Has 10 points so far in 15 games from the University of Michigan. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, he's another guy I would love to see on this team. Red Savage, another guy, could be a good player. Is playing for Miami University in Ohio. That works. But anyway,
Miami, Ohio.
Ohio, obviously.
Yeah, that's very popular like joke in the U.S. Going to Miami and you're like you end up in Ohio. It's a common meme.
Ty Smilanic, another guy, another Florida Panthers guy, 74th
hmm
overall, 2020
I
for
feel
the
like
Pack
he's a good pick.
University.
I think he might be a lock as well.
He's having a good
I
year,
feel like,
and
yeah.
generally in the World Juniors they kind of shift to the older players. So the 2020 draft picks might have an easier chance making this team than the 2021 picks. Some of them, you might see a guy like Ty Smilanic over a guy like Carter Missouri, for example. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for this video, unless we want to add anything else.
Maybe if they're gonna be cuts, I do love Red Savage. Great name, but I feel like you said, he was just drafted. I feel like he might be the most likely to be cut as forwards, just because he is a bit younger. I think Dominic James, I don't think he's proven just yet that he might, he is older, but he's even undrafted. I don't know if he's going to be picked, and maybe even Declan McDonald.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
I agree with all three of those. I was gonna say Declan McDonald if you didn't. Playing for Kitchener, the OHL right now, not having a great year. You expect like an older player like that to come into the OHL and dominate, like Pastujov is doing. Not maybe to the same extent, but not what Declan McDonald is.
We want a little bit more from him, and he's just not showing it. So, well, that's okay.
Yeah, so he's 14 points in 19 games for Kitchener, but not exactly what.
Mhm.
See, Kitchener not a very good team though. That's part of the reason. But anyway, that's it. Let us know who you have making this team. If you know a little bit more about the USA hockey than we do, we're obviously Ontario, Canada boys, so Team Canada will be our bread and butter tomorrow. But yeah, we know all these guys, and we're really excited to watch World Juniors. World Juniors is personally my favorite international tournament of all time. So, Christmas with the World Juniors there's nothing better. Have anything to say, Alex, at the end?
Yeah, my favorite tournament's the Hlinka Gretzky Cup.
There you go.
Yeah, buzzkill to end the video.
for similar reasons. Yeah, World Juniors and the Spengler are fantastic. But yeah. That's it for us. Like this video, haven't already. Peace.